lovelies, it's Danny here. Welcome again to my channel, and if you haven't met me yet, I'm Danny Ricci from Danny Ricci Fitness. Basically, this is a very special video for me today because it's going to be my first vlog video. I'm really excited about it because I'm going to start just making some videos for you guys to see my normal life, what do I do for a living, what I eat, how I train, just in general, how my life looks like, and maybe some tips in and adventures in which you can find out how to make your body and your mind better and happier and more energetic. So today it's gonna be a really fun adventure. I'm gonna pick up Rhys right now, my boyfriend, at Gymbox because he's a personal trainer there. He's a gymnast. He's amazing. If you want to check him out, look him at More Than Lifting, okay, in Instagram, YouTube, everything. He's awesome. I'm gonna pick him up now and we're gonna go and have a little Dexa scan, okay? My first Dexa scan. I don't even know what to expect from it. It's gonna be a complete surprise for me, but apparently it's a really complete scan of your body in which they will analyze my whole body composition, my body fat, everything, because right now, just at the the opening of the gyms is the best time because I'm kind of like restarting and resetting my fitness journey. And actually, I'm going to start taking the gym seriously again, going every day, training, taking care of myself. So basically, this is a great time to actually do it so that you can see the before and the after. So today we're going to show you guys a little bit of insights on that. So it's going to be really exciting. I'm going to be recording the whole thing and just hopefully it's a good experience and letting you guys know if it's worth it, if it's not, more or less how to do it. One of his clients has a Dexa scan machine. He has a little company where he does this in London. So we'll be chatting to him and hopefully he can give us a little bit of insight. But yeah, let's do this. I'll show you the whole trip and the whole adventure. Okay guys, so I went and picked up this one from the gym. And now we came to Bank, so we're around the area of Bank. The place is called My Vital Metrics. And the guy that owns it is lovely. So we're gonna have a little try at the Dexa scan. He has done it before.
Yep.
What did you think about it?
It's fun. I mean, you basically just lie down on a bed.
Oh, okay.
And there's a light.
Oh, fine. Don't ruin the surprise now.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, so we're gonna have a little look around and get the Dexas done.
Yeah.
So guys, we're here at My Vital Metrics with Owen. Super Owen here is going to take all the measurements. We're going to have 3 machines, which you're going to see in a bit. That one. We're going to get my height and weight, I think, on that one. And then there's this 3D body scan, crazy machine around here. So I'm going to get all of these measurements done. I'm going to get some B-roll for you guys so you can see how the process is.
Your weight is 56.75 kilograms. Your height is 161.6 centimeters.
Oh my god, I'm so
Your body
tiny.
mass index is 21.7. The measurement is completed. Please step off the platform.
What's coming?
Okay. So in you go. Stand on the foot pads. Okay. So on the screen in front of you, you can hit start.
Sign out, I guess.
Sign out,
You want
sorry.
to sign out? And then code.
Yep. 1661.
This is so exciting.
Okay. Brilliant. Okay, so actually that's really nice positioning. Thank you so much. Okay, let's just, that's actually fine.
Yeah.
So I'll get your fingers together, please. Okay, and just move them away from your hips by about an inch. Lovely, that's great. Okay, so that's really good positioning for the Dexa. So the last thing Danny will be doing is just wrapping this around the top of your feet,
Okay.
which points the toes inwards and points the hips out. It's
Oh,
just so
nice.
that it gets a better view of your
Hip
the
area.
pelvis.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Okay, so that's the position we're going to be in. Is that comfortable?
Yeah,
You can
that's
stay
perfect.
still there for
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let me just get this
Might
going
take
and
a-
then I'll come and explain what's going to happen.
Might take a little siesta.
I probably will end up snoring a little bit, Owen, so sorry in advance, mate.
Okay, so the table is going to start moving and the arm is going to start moving as well. We aren't scanning yet, okay? So when this arm reaches the top, it'll scan down in one pass, up in the second pass and down on the other. So it takes it into the body in 3 pieces and then stitches them together. Okay.
That's nice.
So when this reaches the top, I'll give you I'll let you know, and that's when the scan starts. And from that moment, just be still. You can breathe as normal. Everything else is fine. Just don't fidget. That's all.
Awesome.
Okay.
How fun is this?
Okay. So we're scanning now. Okay, Danny, that's the lot. Wiggle your toes, and you can hop on up.
I almost fell asleep.
Okay.
It was really fun when you have your eyes closed while doing that. It's just like there's light, and then when it comes on top of you, it just gets really dark. So it's really confusing. You're like, what's happening? But it was fine. It's nice. It's very fast though, which is good because you don't have to be staying still for too long, and then maybe start twitching because you fall asleep. Let's see the results.
So here we go. So we'll start with a 3D body scan. So we've got, of course, all of the measurements that it's taken. So of course, this is only particularly interesting when we take subsequent scans. So what it'll do is it'll give you the new figures.
Like the comparison.
Yeah, and it will kind of track it on a little
Okay.
graph to sort of see what's going up, what's going down, and all of that. In addition, so one of the things that we can do here is kind of just look at overall shape.
Oh, okay.
So if, for example, your shape is changing in particular ways, if let's say you're losing stuff around the sides or the front, we can kind of see, because sometimes the circumference alone doesn't really tell you exactly what's going on, because you might be broadening with some muscle on your obliques, for example, but your stomach comes in, for example. Okay, so that's another thing. It'll superimpose the second scan on the first.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be
Oh,
able
that's
to kind of
nice.
see exactly what's going up and down. So posture-wise, what I like to kind of see is the acromion process of the shoulder, so that point there, to be in line with the ear. So what I can say for you is that you've got fantastic posture. This is really
That's
good.
thanks to Rhys. Thanks, Rhys.
That's all right.
So front to back, very, very good posture. Kind of a good kind of lumbar curve there, a good kind of neck curve, perfectly fine thoracic curve.
Yay.
So everything front to back is looking good. Okay, so the top line figure is 24.5%.
Okay.
So that's very lean. That's very lean.
Yeah, I don't really know in comparison, like, because I've never had it measured before. So then.
So I mean, Olympic athletes and things like that, they might be below 20, but for women, 20 to 25 is really very lean. Sort of below 20, and you do start getting problems with your menstrual cycle and fertility and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
And these are problems that a lot of Olympic athletes face.
Oh wow. Okay.
Especially ones who have to make weight, so gymnasts sometimes, athletics, all of the very lean kind of athletes that you think about. So that's the top line figure. As you can see, like that puts you in the top, top 4% of kind of lean people in the general population. So, and you can kind of see that reflected down here as well. So really very, very lean. And that is, we're using a data set which is Hispanic females.
Okay.
It is a US based data set,
Okay.
but so that's kind of what we use. Okay. So, so that's one interesting index. The next thing that we look at is your visceral adipose tissue. Okay, so this is a relatively new area of research, but what it's finding is that visceral adipose tissue, which is the fat it's fat you can't see. So it's inside the abdominal cavity. It's the fat that's sitting kind of underneath the liver, around the kidneys, around the intestine. So it's inside, can't be seen, felt, touched, nothing.
Okay.
About the only way that you can kind of get an idea of what your visceral adipose tissue is the DEXA.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
So what they've found is that particular fat can be particularly dangerous when it comes to risk of cardiovascular
Oh, okay.
health. Okay, when it reaches a certain point. Okay, so when it reaches, and the point is, depending on the study you read, about 500 grams or 100 centimeters squared. Okay.
It's kind of like the line where it starts
That's,
becoming
so
dangerous.
over 100 centimeters squared, for example, is what they call increased risk of cardiovascular disease, and over 160 is high risk of cardiovascular disease. So it's kind of a really good indicator of your likelihood of developing high blood pressure, high cholesterol, particularly low HDL cholesterol, high LDL cholesterol, all of these various things. Okay. So 500 and 100. So to compare, you have got 29.9 grams of fat and a total of 6.2 centimeters squared. So as I said, the higher risk, the raised risk threshold is 500 grams. Okay, and 100 centimeters squared. So you're a very, very long way from being increased risk.
Awesome.
Okay,
So I can eat many cookies.
Skinny
you
bitch.
can eat many cookies.
kidding.
The thing that they found affects this most is exercise. So what this says to me is that you exercise frequently and at good intensities. So what that says is, you're very, very healthy here.
Awesome.
So that's really
nice.
great.
Awesome.
The last thing on this page that I want to look at is the lean index. So this takes your kind of the amount of lean mass that you have for your height. Okay. And it turns it into an index, similar to like BMI, the body mass index, but only counting your lean mass. So for men, I like to kind of see this upwards of around 20 or above. Okay. And for women, I probably would like to see 17 and above. Okay. So one thing that I would say is that yours is 15.9, which is healthy. Like, this isn't an indicator of health in any way. I would love to see a bit more lean mass on your frame, however. Okay. The reason for this is, so you're 27 now, so there's no problem. There's a long time before the effects of aging start to kick in, but you will lose muscle mass over time unless you do something about it. Now you lift and all of that stuff, and that's fantastic. That is what's going to preserve your muscle mass, because if you weren't doing that, what that looks like is a steady decline until at 70 you can't get out of the chair. Okay. So this is why I like to track this, because as we kind of look at this over years, I like to see that remaining where it is, or
increasing.
In the short term, I'd like to see it increase a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit, and then kind of try to keep it where it is.
And the way to increase it is basically me doing weights and like
Doing
training.
weights, yeah.
So it's increasing my muscle mass basically.
Increasing your muscle mass just a little bit.
Yeah, because in quarantine I was basically doing exercise at home with bands, which kind of like I didn't look like this before quarantine. I looked a little bit more muscular.
Okay, so and this is you're absolutely right. This is a challenge that everyone's had recently.
Yeah.
Not having access to gyms and things like that. I think I've seen a lot of my clients have lost muscle mass over the last few
It's not
months.
like I was like super muscular,
Yeah, well,
but like
you-
at
you-
least I
you-
think I
you-
had a little bit more than
Yeah,
that.
well, you can't be. I mean, as a woman, you're not hormonally made up to be super muscular.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what like I said, what I take from all of that.
Yeah.
The top line is very healthy bones. Okay, you're already very, very lean as an overall kind of body fat percentage. You have super low risk of any kind of cardiovascular disease because you exercise and your visceral fat is so low. The one thing, and I would say also that your balance left to right is very, very evenly spread. So I don't think you have any particular actions on any of those points. The one thing that I would love to see is just a wee bit more lean mass on your frame.
Let's
You
heavier.
know, and only because, you know, in the next 10 years, you know, that's it, you know,
It's going to be important.
with hormonal changes and things, it's going to become important just to hold on to what you got, and that's going to become more of a challenge.
Okay.
Danny, great results. You should be
Yay! I
very
wasn't
happy with
expecting these, definitely. Super surprised. You've made my day.
that. There you go.
Awesome. And guys, we're back from the Dexa scan. It is very hot in London, so I apologize for my sweaty look, you know, sexy sweaty look. But yeah, I just want to tell you a little bit of my experience before we finish the video. Honestly, guys, super satisfied with it. I recommend it to everyone that is starting the fitness journey, who is in the middle of it, or just, you know, wants to know how they're doing on paper, on actual numbers. And in these things, you get so many measurements. It's insane. And it's not only about doing a Dexa scan, it's also who you do it with, and the machine they have, and the measurements they take, and like the programs they use, and like there's so much that goes into it. And this place, My Vital Metrics, here in London, around Bank area, is honestly couldn't even have imagined the amount of knowledge that Owen shared with me, and Owen in particular, amazing guy. So I really recommend the place. I really recommend this to everyone that can make a little investment on themselves before starting the fitness journey, or if you're even in the middle of it and you, like I said, you just want to know the numbers. But yeah, honestly, amazing experience from this point onwards. So then what comes next is basically I start my own programming. I start kind of like thinking about my nutrition, going towards the goals that Owen set for me, and like how I should be looking, like increasing my muscle mass in this case. So just adapting everything and just doing stuff and actually acting on it, so that I can get the results that I want in a couple of months that I do another Dexa and see how it's going, you know? Because that's the whole point of it. It's just taking little steps towards being a better you know? And not only physically, but also mentally. And that's all I care about, really. It's just about the balance of mentally and physically, how I feel, how I look also. I like looking good, but it's not only about that, okay? So yeah, if you want to continue this journey with me and you want to continue watching the videos, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to give it a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to follow me at Danny Richie Fit on Instagram. And if you have any questions about the Dexa scan, any questions about My Vital Metrics, don't forget the name, My Vital Metrics. You can visit their webpage, you can send me a DM on Instagram, you can write a comment down, and we can try and maybe start you a little discount with Owen, and I'll direct you directly to him. He's amazing. And yeah, nothing else to say, really. If you want to visit my webpage, dannyricci.com, brand new webpage that I built from scratch. So sorry if it's not like super mega fancy, but I've started a personal training business now. And if you guys need any help, any support with starting a fitness journey, if you don't know what to do, if you feel a little bit lost, if you're going to the gym and you feel like, what do I do here, you know, and you're only maybe just doing the classes because you feel a little bit intimidated of the weights and all that area, or you're only just doing cardio because you think that's the only thing that's going to get you, you know, where you want to be, then give me a shout on the webpage, leave me a message on Instagram, leave me a message wherever, and honestly, I can help you, and I can be that friend and that person that walks with you on all this journey and that starts this journey with you, because it is so important, guys, to take care of ourselves. And I can't say it enough, but honestly, exercise, movement, and good food can change your life, because it did with mine. So just give me a shout. I'm more than glad to help. This is why I got into fitness, just to help people become better selves like I did through exercise. So yeah, don't give it even a thought. Just reach out to me, and I'm more than glad to help you, advise anything that you need. Okay? I'll see you in the next video, and thanks for watching. And yeah, I'm really hungry, so I'm just gonna make lunch now. I'll leave you guys. Ciao.